Hi friends, it's Kelowna here, and I am really excited to share with you today about a workshop that we had in person last month, and it was all about self-love and self-care practices. And I wanted to share with everybody who couldn't come because we didn't record the workshop, which sometimes we do. And there was such great information that was shared, and there was such a wonderful response that I thought everybody should hear this. So I wanted to make it available for you as well. So I have some notes here that I'm going to follow along and try to stay on track because our class was about an hour and a half long, but I'm going to keep this short. We had a lot of interaction, so we actually started the workshop with everyone introducing themselves and passing the oil acceptance. So if you've never used acceptance oil, it is a wonderful blend, and it is really nice for putting over your heart chakra, this energy center in our body where we give and receive love. And it's a wonderful oil just to help sort of soften and open up that heart center and feel more loving and accepting of yourself and others. So we pass that oil, and then we also passed around a little basket that had cut out strips of paper with different affirmations on them. And the affirmations had things like, I love my body, I love and accept myself, just all these really nice things that we probably don't always say to ourselves, right? We often look in the mirror and maybe we pick ourselves apart, or we complain internally about, whether it's our appearance or other people, or there's kind of this internal dialogue that goes on that's not always so positive. So the idea with this self-love and self-care workshop was to pay attention to not only the things that we can do for ourselves physically, but also what we can do for ourselves on the mental, emotional level. And that starts with the things that we think and the things that we say to ourselves. So we start out the workshop with everyone kind of reading this really loving affirmation off a piece of paper, and then everybody went home with that. So I invite you to think of something that you are critical about with yourself, whether it's your physical appearance or you feel like you're not smart enough or good enough or whatever it is. Turn that around into a positive statement. I am successful and intelligent, or I show up confidently, or I love and accept my skin, or whatever it is, whatever. And write that for yourself and put it out where you'll see it. Either put it on a Post-it note and stick it on your bathroom mirror, or at your desk, at your computer, or something like that. So you start and end your day, or you see something in the middle of the day that reminds you of saying something loving and kind to yourself, because our DNA actually responds to our thoughts and our beliefs. So we can actually start to reprogram things that happen in our physical body by training our mind and training our thoughts. And it all starts with the way we talk to ourselves and what we think. So you can try that out, and you can get yourself some acceptance oil. And you guys have probably seen me do this before, but this is how I teach people to use oils, because this is how I was taught. You allow a drop to fall into your hand, and then you take your peace fingers and you swirl the oil 3 times to activate the oil to your energy. And then you rub your hands together, close your eyes, take some deep breaths in through your nose and just out through your mouth. And after maybe 3 breaths like that, you can take whatever oil you have left on your hands and you can apply that topically somewhere where you feel intuitively drawn. So I was mentioning I wanted to put it over my heart chakra, so I want to put it right there, but you could rub your shoulders or your neck or wherever you feel like you want to put that acceptance oil, and it smells amazing. So that's how we started it out. And then I shared that I had just done a Deepak and Oprah meditation that was all about perfect health. And it was a free meditation series, but I think you can go back and buy it and you could listen to all the, it was like a 21-day meditation. And it was so wonderful because it was all about being in perfect health, in mind and in body. And it encompassed things we say to ourselves, the way we treat ourselves, the food and water we consume, the people we spend time with, our relationships, so many things. It was all encompassing. Each day was a different theme. And it really got me inspired to share this self-love workshop, because in the month of February, when everyone was talking about Valentine's Day or, any time that we're talking about love and acceptance, it is so important to really take a deep dive inside and see how well you are taking care of yourself, because if you're loving and accepting with yourself, you're going to have more harmonious relationships in your life. You're going to be calmer, you're going to sleep better, and it all just starts with taking care of ourselves. And so in this meditation series, I got a lot of inspiration from Deepak Chopra and the things he was teaching each day, and just taking that time for myself every day. It was something I was looking forward to, and I would often lay down to do the meditation. I wouldn't always sit up, and I would, put my earbuds in and listen to it, and it was just wonderful. So it incorporated breath work, and also just, letting you repeat a mantra, a Sanskrit mantra that had a different theme each day. So that was really nice. And, this is the only body we have, so we really have to take really good care of it, because if we want to live a long time, we want to live a healthy life, we really need to just focus on self-care and self-love. And another thing that we talked about is hormone balancing. And I know I've done a separate video. You can go look at the video that I did about hormone balancing, and I talked about 2 oils that have been very helpful for me. One of them is Lady Sclerol, and the other one is Progessence Plus. Put a roller on here, a roller top, so that I can roll it on very easily a couple times a day. And we talk about hormone balancing as part of self-love and self-care, because it is a huge piece, especially for us women, in feeling balanced emotionally and physically. And if you're out of balance with your hormones, it's very easy to not feel very good and not function at your highest. Another oil that I use daily is called Endoflex, and it's for thyroid support. So I will often put it over the front of my neck where my thyroid is, but since it is a vitality oil in the white labeled bottle, you can put it under your tongue, or you could put it in capsules and swallow it. But it also comes in the colored bottle, so it can be, it's the same oil. It can be used topically or internally. So I love that oil for hormone balance, and I'm very attracted to the aroma of it. It has spearmint in it, and I feel like I kind of crave it sometimes, so that's how I know my body needs it. So that's part of my morning routine, is using these oils, the Lady Sclerol, the Progessence Plus, the Endoflex. Another oil that I use when I wake up in the morning is Valor. And I actually get a couple drops of Valor like I showed you a minute ago, swirl it, rub it together, breathe it, and I rub it right on my solar plexus at the base of my ribs, because that helps me to feel confident and balanced and strong. And that is the chakra for our personal power center, our 3rd chakra. So it's a nice place for me to feel grounded as I start my day. And then the next thing that I do every morning is I use White Angelica. And this blend, after I apply it, put it on, or put it in my hand, swirl it, rub it together, breathe, I apply it to what I call my angel wings. And this oil is for energetic protection. So the next thing I do is I sweep my hands around my aura, because we have energy all around us, right? So I sweep my hands around my aura in all directions. So I'll also go this way, and I'll go this way. And then I sweep down the front of my body with my hands, and I sweep down the back of my body. And I also sweep down each arm and shake the energy out this way, sweep down each arm, shake the energy out. And as I'm doing that, I'll say, I am protected. And it's very important for me, because I happen to be an empath, and it's very easy for me to feel other people's emotions or physical ailments or energy, whatever it may be, without even thinking about it. If I'm not intentional at the beginning and the end of my day to protect myself from other people's energy, I can take that on, and it can be very draining for me and take me a little bit to bounce back or recover or feel better if I don't clear my energy that way. So that's an important piece of self-love and self-care for me, is to do that energetic protection. And I share it with you because if that's not something that you are practicing or aware of yet, it might be very helpful for you. So let me know how that goes if you try it. White Angelica is a great blend, and I hope that everybody gets a chance to try that and use that technique. Another thing that we talked about next was forgiveness. So there's actually an oil for that. Young Living makes a beautiful blend called Forgiveness. It comes by itself, or you can get it in the Feelings collection, which is a great, great collection for emotional support. And it has a collection of different blends in it that are for dealing with more the emotional side of the oils, which I love. So Forgiveness oil, I like putting it over the heart. And I like using forgiveness oil along with Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian forgiveness prayer. And it's such a wonderful practice. Dr. Len was the story, you can Google it, you can kind of look it up online, but he was a Hawaiian therapist, and he actually cured a ward of criminally insane patients without ever seeing them or working with them one-on-one. And how did he do that, right? That sounds crazy. So he was going through their charts, and he was connecting energetically with what would make the person who committed these horrible crimes do that thing. I know that sounds, I don't know, a little bit far off maybe, but he was connecting with what would make someone, commit this murder or do this horrible thing. And he was repeating 4 things. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And he was identifying with the part of him that maybe would have those same types of feelings, and not necessarily, condoning or whatever those crimes. But it's a very powerful practice for shifting the energy. And what happened as he was going through the charts and repeating those things with each person as he reviewed their information, their behavior started to change. And they started saying, Dr. Len isn't even working with everyone yet, and they're already getting along better. And, the energy changed within the, whatever it's called, the ward where they were being kept, or the area where they were being kept and where they were living. So it's very incredible. It's very powerful. It's something that I used when I was in private practice as a holistic health practitioner with my clients that had been through trauma. I would feel trauma in people's bodies, and I would silently maybe get some forgiveness oil, let them breathe it, and I would even just say to myself, oftentimes I would repeat those: I love you, please forgive me, thank you. And I mean, it is such a powerful practice. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you, or thank you, I love you. If you mess up the order, don't worry about it. It's more saying that and shifting the energy, and you can use this on yourself. You can use it with others. If you've gotten in an argument with someone, or you're feeling weird energy with somebody that you know, and it's such a great way to bring forgiveness into your heart and start to diffuse the situation energetically. So I invite you to try that as well. And then we did some work with the heart chakra. We actually did a meditation with rose oil. So you could use rose, or you could use a blend like Joy that actually has rose oil in it. And we took some deep breaths of the Joy oil. I'll do a separate video, and we will go through a meditation, like a chakra balancing meditation. And it's wonderful just to take some deep breaths and focus on different areas of your body and letting your body relax. And we also talked about, let's see if I have it here, a beautiful crystal called rose quartz. And I have a big one right here, but I thought I had a smaller one. But rose quartz is a crystal that is for self-love and self-acceptance and the heart chakra. And so it's something that you could sleep with under your bed, or you could get a little heart-shaped rose quartz crystal and keep it at your desk or around your house. And crystals are amazing for transmuting energy. They attract negative energy, and so it's nice to every once in a while put them out in the full moon to let them get cleansed and cleared, or put them on the ground, like in the sand or the dirt or on the grass, and that clears the energy out of the crystal that they've absorbed, the negative energy. You can wear crystals as jewelry. I often wear crystals on me, but rose quartz is a very gentle, calming, relaxing stone to keep around you and facilitate that love in your life, the feelings of self-love. So that was kind of the gist of what we talked about in the class, and we had more participation with people, sharing different stories and things like that, which was wonderful. And then we went through a list of self-care practices that I wanted to share with you that you might want to think about incorporating into your day-to-day life, or maybe adding one thing a week, or just things to pay attention to that you might think about and you might do, but maybe not enough of, right? So some self-care practices are sleeping 8 hours a night, meditating regularly. We know the effects of meditation. Deepak Chopra has wonderful studies. I mean, there's been wonderful studies that he references in his books about, how they're meditating is anti-aging and actually like reverses your chronological age physiologically. It's incredible. So studies on meditation are just amazing, and all it is sitting still and paying attention to your breath, which is hard. It's hard to do, but it's incredibly healing for your body. And then practicing breath work, actually inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And there's all different types of breath work practices, but just paying attention to our breath, filling our lungs with air and bringing more oxygen into our body is very healing, very cleansing and detoxifying. Doing yoga or Pilates or whatever kind of exercise feels good to you. Some people want a more rigorous form of exercise with weights, and other times in your life where other people prefer, walking or something more gentle, maybe even dancing, but just moving your body and getting your blood flow, your blood pumping, your heart rate going is so important. Walking on the beach, earthing, so putting your feet on bare ground, earth, grass, dirt, sand, and even letting the water, if you live by the beach, kind of flow over your feet as you're walking on the beach. Very, very healing, very grounding, and very relaxing. So that's an important practice. And then eating a meal in silence without your phone, without any distractions. If you can find time to do that, it's such a nice way to really be focused and present on your food so that you can digest it better and really appreciate your meal and not be distracted by whatever's coming through on your phone or even being with people. Sometimes it's nice just to eat a meal by yourself if you can do that. Dry skin brushing. So I'm going to do a separate video on that, but this is a dry skin brush. And it's a wonderful practice, an Ayurvedic practice of cleansing the lymphatic system and just getting some circulation going. And you do strokes toward the heart, but I'll do another video that talks about that. And then using oils for mood boosting. I talked about some of those. And taking supplements. Young Living has wonderful supplements that help keep you balanced. And some of the ones I take regularly are multi-greens, Super B, Super C. Those are great for energy and immune boosting. And then I use Ningxia Red. I drink Ningxia Red, which is a high antioxidant wolfberry puree. And it's the highest antioxidant food on the planet, wolfberries. And they're super potent. They're great for eyesight, great for keeping your energy up, but it's not like a caffeine type of energy at all, because I don't do that. But it's really important for immune system support as well. So we need more antioxidants. So that's a great way to take care of yourself, a self-love or self-care practice. Writing in a gratitude journal. There's great studies on gratitude, and it's so important to start and end your day with saying what you're grateful for, writing what you're grateful for. It helps you bring more positive experiences into your life, and it actually attracts abundance when we're in a state of gratitude. Taking an Epsom salt bath with some essential oils like lavender or something relaxing is really wonderful as well for cleansing and detoxifying and just relaxing your body. And of course, drinking more water. You can add the new Young Living Vitality Drops to your water to make it more drinkable and more hydrating with the electrolytes and minerals and essential oils, or you can add vitality oils to your water as well. And then, nourishing your body with fresh organic food. So important. Whole grains, nuts, seeds, beans, legumes, and whatever kind of protein you do. It's just so important to nourish our bodies. We say eat a rainbow. That keeps it simple, right? And then, making sure that you are taking care of your skin is another important self-care practice. And Young Living has a wonderful line called ART, A-R-T, skincare products. And there is a foaming face wash, a toner, a daily moisturizer. And then there are other options within there. There is a satin mint facial scrub, and I do that every morning and every night, and I find it to be a really nurturing practice for myself. So of that list of self-care practices, everyone kind of said 3 things that they were going to go home and practice. So maybe that's something, if any one of those kind of caught your attention, think about 3 that you might want to try this week, and you can implement those into your day-to-day life. So I hope that was helpful, a little self-love workshop recap, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later.